Episode 1 of the Property Plug, bringing you the best education in the entire country. And today we are going to be talking about bridging finance. As a newbie, I think that you need to understand the pros and cons of bridging finance because it is one of the best short-term lending, but it's also one of the riskiest lending sides of the property world because a lot of bridging companies are unregulated, meaning they don't follow the same rules as a regulated lender. So bridging finance, as I just said, it's a short-term lending option, usually for 6, 12 or 24 months. And there are hundreds of lenders out there that will give you bridging finance. Bridging finance is used best when it's a dilapidated property because you can't get a buy-to-let mortgage on a dilapidated property. And it works best when you're buying a property at auction because it's really quick, it can be completed really fast, and it's not as stringent as a buy-to-let mortgage. Now, when you're dealing with bridging lenders, always use a broker. Have a broker who is the middle person between you and the lender because that way the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and any questions you've got, you can ask your broker who is independent to the lender. Now, when you're buying in a limited company and you're using bridging finance, your limited company can be set up today and you can get a bridging finance lending option given to you the following day. You don't need company accounts. You don't need to have been trading for a period of time. That's a complete myth. The same as a buy-to-let mortgage. You can set up a limited company today and you can have a buy-to-let mortgage tomorrow. But with bridging finance, you will find that the deposit is usually around 25%. For some of you, it might be 30%, depending on your experience and your credit report. If you don't understand what your credit report is, go online, type in check my file, pay for it. I think it's $14.99 a month, and it does 3 different credit file places for you to check what's going on with your credit score. You don't need a $999. You only need something above around $600. You need to show that you know how to use credit. So if you've never had a mobile phone, if you've never had a loan, a credit card or anything like that, it actually might go against you because with your credit report, they want to see that you can borrow money and repay it back. But make sure your credit report's in order. And then again, the deposits, 25 or 30%. There are some lenders out there that do 80-20, meaning that you put 20% deposit of the value of the property and they will lend you 80%. That's a little bit more experience. And if you do get offered it as a newbie, your interest rate might be higher. Now, the average interest rate on the money you borrow from a bridging company is 1% a month. You can get 0.8 and it can go up to 1.2 depending on your credit report and your history. So make sure you understand the interest rates. You will pay this every single month. We have 3 types of payments when it comes to interest. First and foremost, you can pay all of the interest upfront when you pay your deposit. That means the whole entirety of the 12 or 24 month loan that you take out, the interest is paid immediately. Secondly, you can pay monthly. Okay, you can pay your percentage each month just like a buy-to-let mortgage. And thirdly, if you're lucky enough and you've got a good history, you can pay all of your interest at the end when you pay the loan back. And right now, I'm going to break down how a bridging loan works and what you have to pay and what has to be done. So first and foremost, it's the deposit. So like I said, your deposit will be 25% on average. Then you have your interest. I've explained to you the 3 ways that the interest can be paid. Then you have things like arrangement fees. Okay? Now, an arrangement fee can be anything from 1 to 2%. And when you get your arrangement fee, guys, you need to make sure that you understand what you're paying, when it has to be paid, and what the cost is. Because a broker, which is the next fee, also gets an amount from the lender for the referral of the mortgage. Now, the broker fee, you will probably pay anything up to £1,000 for you, but the broker also gets paid afterwards, which is important for you guys to understand. Then we have a valuation fee. Now, some lenders will throw in a free valuation, but some don't. So you will be paying anything from £250 to £1,000 for the valuation fee. Then you've got legal fees. Now, legal fees, you unfortunately have to pay both sides when it comes to bridging finance. So not only are you paying for your solicitors, you will also be paying for their solicitors. And then you have something called an exit fee. Now, this exit fee is usually 1 month's worth of interest, or it's a set amount that the lender has actually put into the contract. So you need to figure that out. The exit fee is 99% non-negotiable. There are 2 or 3 lenders out there that don't do this, but it is usually non-negotiable. And then you have a couple extra admin fees if it's not included in your legal fees. And they're just transfers and stuff like that. That's £100 to £200. But there's a breakdown of the fees that you guys will have to pay when it comes to bridging finance. Now, if you go over your bridge, you need to make sure that you communicate with the lender, because if you don't, they can issue you with a 4% a month interest rate and a crazy extension fee. Most bridging lenders are great, but some of them are horrendous and do not give you a chance to even fix anything if it's gone wrong. It's so important that you communicate with the lender through your broker. If you know your bridge is coming to an end in 2 months and you know you're not going to be able to refinance, sell, or you need more time, you've got to make sure, guys, that you get it correct and you speak to them, because you do not want to be hit with so many different fees. I've had it happen to me in the past. It's horrendous. It can throw you completely out. It can ruin your budget. It can ruin your profits, and it can ruin every bit of relationship that you've got with that lender. So that was bridging finance made simple. If you guys have got any questions, comment below. I will personally answer all of them. And anything that you want me to discuss, break down, and make more simpler, comment below. I will make the video for you. We'll be releasing these videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then on Sunday, you will get the weekly vlog from me on my journey of property, what I'm doing in the world, how things are going. But it's really important that this kind of education is put out there with the correct knowledge, the correct information, and you guys understand it in the most simplest way possible to stop you from making mistakes. And if you want to learn from me, I have an unbelievable education and network community called the Property Circle. There's a link below to book a call with me to have a conversation. I can teach you all about buy, refurbish, refinance, rent, HMOs, how to flip houses, deal sourcing, auctions, assisted sales, all of this kind of finance stuff. I can help you with everything. That's why I'm called the Property Plug. 11 years of experience, and I will see you guys on Thursday with another video. Peace out.